Now this has to be a very complicated job.
Yeah. One paraglide, one wing is 1,200 until 2,400 parts.
Welcome back to the adventure. This week, I would drive to Iguacu do Sul. I started out 12 and a half hours away in Foz do Iguazu, and I was still quite ill, recovering from dengue fever. But the beautiful drive through the countryside lifted my spirits, and I would stop at 2 different cities along the route. A route that would take me 3 days to traverse.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am finally on the road. I have been working on the motorcycle for about 2 hours because it would not start this morning. And I even called a mechanic and had the mechanic come out, but the mechanic was on lunch, so he never showed up. The battery almost died on me trying to get the bike started. It is finally started. I feel much better today. I still have that lingering cough. All right, so today I've got a huge surprise for us. I am so excited about today. I am so excited. Well, about 45 minutes out or so, and the scenery is absolutely beautiful. The traffic, however, is absolutely not beautiful. The traffic has been horrible the entire way. But the mountains I'm going through are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at those. Beautiful. As we head to the coast, slowly getting to where we need to get, and the bike seems to be running okay. I'm not sure why it's not starting okay in the mornings. I think it's carburetor. I'm almost positive it's carburetor, so I'll definitely have to get some work done on that.
Now, unfortunately, my problem wasn't just the carburetor. What I didn't know is that Brazil has 35% ethanol in their gasoline. Ethanol causes an engine to run leaner, especially a carbureted engine. Leaner means hotter, and hotter means the oil doesn't work as well, and this is going to cause problems that are very serious indeed.
Alright, we're almost there. The motorcycle is struggling. There is something wrong at low idle. Oh, it's always mechanical. There's a knocking at low idle, and I do not know what that is, and it doesn't sound good. It's a lifter. I think that's a lifter. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. This is what I wanted to show you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sol Paragliding Manufacturing Company.
This is my surprise. I decided that since I was in the area that I would stop by a paramotor and a paragliding wing manufacturer named Sol Paragliding. They're the only company in South America that makes paragliders, and they've invited me to come check out their manufacturing company. So I'm really excited to be here, and I hope to show you about Sol Manufacturing and Sol Paragliders, and I hope to learn a lot from here.
Sol Paragliders is the only manufacturer of paragliding and paramotor wings in all of the Americas, both north and south. This innovative company was started by Ari Carlos Parsi back in 1979, and back then it was a small company that just made hang gliders. In 1991, they made the shift to paragliding, and now they are one of the leading paragliding wing manufacturers. Over the years, they've gained a reputation for making wings that combine safety with high performance, used by everyone from beginners to world-class competitors. I was very fortunate. Ari himself gave me a full tour of the factory and let me film and ask any questions I wanted. Nothing was withheld from me. He spent so much time explaining each and every detail of the manufacturing process with me, and you could tell he has a childlike passion for the sport and the creation of these magic shower curtains that I love to fly.
Each box will be one wing, yeah? And then she's preparing, yes, they cut the laser machine. When they receive the material, they make the quality control, they make porosity, everything. They cut, they organize everything, they put in the box, go to the next step.
How long does it take to make a paraglider?
A paraglider is about 42 to 78 hours.
So about 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, when you put everything in the follow, yes, but it's difficult. But normally by us, you say they stay in the waiting list, yes. When go to cut, in 10 days they are ready to fly.
Ah, okay.
And then the people can choose really size and this one. Because
And colors and everything.
colors,
yeah.
everything. Because we produce it one by one, we don't make lots, we don't make stocks, we have more sizes. Yeah, we was the first company have 7 sizes for basic glide. Then you can choose your right glider, your right size for you. Yeah, this is very important. Yes.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Now this has to be a very complicated job.
Yeah. One paraglide, one wing is 1,200 until 2,400 parts.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
you parts
Wow,
that
that's
you
a-
wanted
And
to.
there is a number of each one parts to make everything together. It's like a Ford. It's like a process.
Yeah.
Everybody, he will show you. You're gonna understand from now. At this part until now, it's just like chess
Yeah.
playing, and now.
And then you can see the box. Yes, each box will be one glider. And then
Oh,
they
really?
begin here to put together, to join the colors. Yes, and then after they will going to join the parts. And this area, there's the white part. This is the prepare the profiles. Yes, because profiles you have the attachment points, you have the reinforcements, you have the points to put the buttons. Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of manufacturers outsource the sewing of their wings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies that go to Vietnam or Taiwan to get everything done, but you guys do everything in-house.
Yeah. We have. I think probably in house we are the only one to have everything. Yes, designing, commercial, marketing, producing. Yes.
Everything is in-house.
Yeah.
how cool.
This way we don't make lots.
So how long has Sol Paragliding been around?
33 years.
33 years.
Yes.
Oh, so you
I
guys have
began
been
in
doing
91,
this.
1991.
You guys have been doing this for a long time.
Sol's success has a lot to do with Ari himself, but also with their constant push for innovation. Their research and development team, led by a designer named Andre Ratet, is always looking for ways to improve. Sol's primary focus is on safety while making wings that all skill levels can fly. Mauricio needs to test out a new wing and the brake lines. This is a prototype wing. The difference in this wing is they've put stabilizers between each cell, and he thinks the brake lines need to be different, so he's going to be kiting it a little bit to see what needs to change on this prototype here. In addition to wings, Sol also makes high-quality harnesses and reserve systems. In fact, many paramotor manufacturers get their harnesses directly from Sol. I originally found out about their harnesses in Colombia and immediately fell in love with them, but I'll tell you more about that story later. today, Sol's products are sold in over 75 countries, and their wings have set world records in various competitions. With a reputation for top-tier quality and constant innovation, Sol Paragliders continues to be a leader in the world of free flight. Now, I've never flown a Sol wing prior to coming to this factory, so I wasn't familiar with their lineup, but I wasn't here to learn about which wings they sold. I wanted to learn everything I could about the manufacturing process, and Ari did not disappoint me. The amount of knowledge that I gained by coming to this place was unbelievable. It was enough to make my head spin. Making a paraglider wing is a mix of engineering, craftsmanship, and attention to detail, and of course, a lot of labor. It also starts with the design, where engineers use software to plan out how the wing will look and fly. Every detail of this matters, from how aerodynamic it is and how stable it is, how it handles in the air, whether the wing is for a beginner or an experienced pilot. The design has to strike a balance between safety and performance. And the scope of how this is done is a bit beyond this video, but seeing all the innovation that they used was incredibly interesting. After the design phase, it's time to pick up the right materials. Now, if you've ever watched my old paramotor videos, you'll know that I am obsessed with wing materials and how they are chosen. Ari could tell that I was interested in the material science of the wings, and he was more than happy to give me a rundown on how the materials were chosen and why they were chosen.
You can see today is similar, it's pretty cold, yes, but it's dry.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can see the fabric is more crispy today.
Oh, really?
And it's
So the
amazing difference.
The humidity actually affects
This
it.
is
Oh, wow.
when it's low humidity, yes, and then cold, you can feel the material is more crispy, yes, and the same material in the sun will be more soft, yeah. The difference is big, but nobody look this, yes.
Yeah, you don't think about this as a pilot. You would never think about that.
Before a wing could hit the market, it has to go through a lot of testing. The wing must pass both static tests, where they put the wing under stress and check its strength, and flight tests, where experienced pilots take the wing into the air and see how it handles. If there's anything off, adjustments are made until the wing meets the safety and performance standards. Interestingly, each wing is flown before it's shipped to the customer. Nothing leaves the factory until it's fully checked and rechecked. What was most fascinating to me was the rigor of quality control here. Twice a day, every day, each roll of line is tested to see if it holds up to the manufacturer's stress limits. That means that each morning and each afternoon, each spindle of line that they use that day is sampled and run through a line tester to make sure that the line holds up to the specified stress. They do this twice a day because the humidity and temperatures may change during the day, and again, everything is about quality control here.
The fabrics you have it when you receive the factories, you take porosity, elongation, as is these points, the resistance, yes, and the diagonal stability. This is 4 points that we.
The diagonal stability.
Yeah, this is very important. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
because this is if you cut profile, you make this direction. Yes, it's too elastic. Yes.
Yeah.
And then top and bottom is not, but you have the direction to cut to be that. And this is most important, yes, because what is easy to measure is the porosity, but porosity don't play anything, yes. The people think this is porosity, but the problem is trimming, yes.
Ah, okay.
Because the glider get older, they don't, and to check the trim is very difficult.
Now, the real reason I wanted to come here wasn't to just learn about how paragliding's wings were made, but rather to see a harness that I'm absolutely in love with. Fortunately for me, the designer of the harness was there walking me through the tour with Ari, and his name is Mauricio Braga, also known as Gathino to his friends. If you're not familiar with that name, you probably haven't followed the acro paragliding scene very much. This man is not only known for his flying abilities, but also for amazing harness designs. The harness that I wanted to come see is called the Revolution. If you ever get a chance to fly one, you'll immediately wonder why you've never heard of it. It is extremely comfortable, extremely padded, lightweight, and it comes with the reserve pouch, which can be removed and replaced with any one of 4 pockets that are all interchangeable or removable. There are 1,000 little things on this harness that make it so perfect. For example, it has both the frame attachment straps as well as the quick loops depending on how you attach your harness to your frame. And look at these sister clips. These hold your speed bar ends when you're not using them. Gathino thinks of everything. But the reason I love this harness so much is not just because it is more comfortable and has more features than the other harnesses, but because it's also less expensive than the harnesses on the market. Dudek, APCO, and Ozone all make great harnesses, but I think they all fall short of what Sol has created here. And oddly, the Revolution costs less.
So Sol Paragliding also owns their own clothing manufacturing too, and they make all kinds of clothing, and this building here is where they make all the clothing.
The development, designing, everything is here. There's in the top piece.
This was a dream come true for me. To visit a factory where they make paragliding and paramotor wings, this was so much better than I thought I could have imagined it being this good. I cannot thank Ari, Mauricio, and Ari's wife Kirsten enough for allowing me to visit this absolutely wonderful place. Thank you, Sol Paragliders. I feel honored to have been your guest there.
Well, I'm at another motorcycle shop. Unfortunately, the problem with the motorcycle is getting worse and worse. Mauricio from Sol Paragliding, the guy who designed the Revolution harness, was kind enough to find me a motorcycle shop. I need to leave it here through the weekend. It's Friday now, so I won't be out of here until Monday at the earliest. But the good thing is Mauricio is going to take me flying this weekend, so at least some good comes out of this.
Well, here we are at the field. This is the Iguacu Club. It's a paragliding club, actually. I don't know if you can see the towers up there, the radio towers. Just to the left is the launch area, and then this will be the landing area for the paragliding club. But they also do paramotors here, and it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So Mauricio and I are going to do a little bit of midday flying, probably for half an hour, maybe a little more. And then we're going to come down and probably go flying tonight or this afternoon when the winds are going to be a little bit better, because we're going to hit quite a bit of thermals while we're up in the air. Mauricio is also doing a test on a brand new wing that is a prototype. Just so you know, if you don't know who Mauricio is, he is an acro pilot. In fact, he was the first guy in Brazil to do an infinity tumble on a paramotor.
Mauricio also asked me to test an ultra lightweight prototype harness, which I was very happy to do.
Because it's so windy today, I probably won't bring out another camera. I'll probably just use my head camera, because I really am going to need to keep my hands on the brakes at all times. It's midday, so we're going to hit a lot of thermals. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
As I was flying with Mauricio, I would reminisce, and I caught myself thinking back several years ago when I was a beginner pilot. I remembered that when I first learned how to fly a paramotor, and when I would come down and land, I felt like I wasn't where I should be. I felt like I should always be in the air. And I would sit down and tell my mind that I must come to terms about what I was feeling. My spirit longed for the air, but my body was made with legs for walking. And when I finally came to terms with the dichotomy of what my spirit wanted and what my body was made for, I realized that God, in His infinite wisdom, did not give us wings, but in a fantastic act of kindness, He gave us a mind so we can make our own. But He gave wings to the birds and the insects so we could learn from them. And the ultimate lesson we learn about flying, even though we make jets and these amazing airplanes, is that we can never make a wing as good as He can. We can never engineer a wing as well as that of a simple honeybee or dragonfly or sparrow. And that realization helped me merge my life of flight and life on the ground. Such a funny sport we do, such a wonderful world we live in, such a beautiful, beautiful life.
Well, that was an interesting flight. Short one, but can't complain. I kind of enjoyed it. As much of an elevator ride as it was, I'd do it again.